Hey everyone, today's it is about when he slams you against the wall. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. It wasn't often that you saw Katsuki Bakugo truly lose his cool. Sure, he was known for his temper, for the sharp edge in his voice when he wasn't pleased, but the anger that simmered under his skin today was something else entirely. He had been walking on eggshells since the argument started, your own frustration bubbling up as Bakugo paced the room like a caged beast. You're not listening to me. His voice was rough, the volume enough to rattle the walls of the shared apartment. I am listening, Katsuki. You snapped back, the tension pushing you past the point of holding back. You just refuse to see my side of the things. His red eyes flickered dangerously as he stopped pacing, turning to you with clenched fists. Your side of things. Are you serious? You're the one who. Before he could finish, you stepped closer, cutting him off. You're acting like this is my fault. And then it happened. Before you could register what was going on, Bakugo's hand shot out, grabbing your wrist. He moved faster than you could react. And suddenly, your back collided with the wall. The impact was firm, but not enough to hurt you. His body loomed over yours, caging you in with one arm braced against your head, the other still holding onto your wrist. His breathing was ragged, hot against your skin as he stared down at you, eyes burning with frustration. And something else. Yes, anger. But there was hurt beneath it. You could feel it. Katsuki, you whispered, your voice softer now, trying to diffuse the tension. Shut up, he growled, but there was a quiver in his voice. His grip on your wrist loosened, though he didn't pull away. You just don't get it, do you? Your heart pounded in your chest, but not from fear. You knew he'd never actually hurt you. This was Bakugo, your Bakugo. Even in this world, even in these worst moments, there was a part of him that was always in control when it came to you. The problem was, he never really knew how to deal with emotions like this. Emotions that weren't just rage, but vulnerability. I get it, you said quietly, searching his eyes. I get that you're upset. But this, slamming me against the wall, isn't going to fix anything, you know? Talk to me, Katsuki. What's really going on? For a moment, he just stood there, his chest rising and falling rapidly as if he was trying to catch his breath. His eyes flicked away from yours, and you knew that was his way of trying to shield himself from whatever he was feeling. Everything, he finally muttered, voice low and tight. Everything's just falling apart, and I don't know how to stop it. Your expression softened. This wasn't about the argument anymore. You knew he was dealing with a lot. Hero work had been intense lately, the pressure mounting on him from every angle. But Bakugo being Bakugo, he always tried to handle everything on his own. He would never admit he needed help until he was pushed to his breaking point. Katsuki, he said his name again, and this time, your free hand reached up to gently rest on his cheek. He flinched slightly at the touch but didn't pull away. You're not alone. I'm here with you. We're supposed to do this together, remember? His jaw clenched, but the hard lines of his face began to soften under your touch. He let go of your wrist, his hand dropping to his side as he hung his head slightly, refusing to meet your eyes. I'm not good at this, he muttered, his voice barely a whisper. I don't know how to let you in without feeling like I'm weak. You shook your head, your thumb brushing gently against his cheek. You're not weak, Katsuki. You never were. But you don't have to carry everything by your own. Not by yourself. I'm here for you, wherever you're at your best or your worst. I'm always going to be here. For a long moment, he was silent, his breathing slowing as your words sank in. Then, with a soft curse under his breath, he finally lifted his gaze to meet yours. His eyes were softer now, the anger replaced with something that was far more vulnerable, more real. You piss me off sometimes, he said, his voice low, but without the bite from earlier. You couldn't help but smile. Yeah, well, you're not exactly a walk in the park yourself. He huffed, a hint of a smirk pulling at the corner of his mouth, despite himself. Slowly, his forehead dipped down to rest against yours, his arm sliding down your waist, pulling you close to him. The tension in his body melted away as he held you there, grounded in your presence. I'm sorry, he mumbled, his breath warm against your lips. I know, you replied, your hand still resting on his cheek as you leaned into him, pressing a soft kiss to his lips. I'm here, always. He kissed you back, more gently than you expected, considering the storm that had just passed between you. But that was the thing with Katsuki. For all his rough edges and explosive temper, he loved with a fire that burned just as intensely. And that fire, once it was redirected, was the warmth that made you feel safe, even in moments like these. When he pulled back, his hand came up to cup the side of your face, his thumb brushing lightly against your skin. I'm gonna screw up sometimes, he admitted, his voice a bit gruff. I don't know how to do this perfectly, but I'll try. For you. You smiled, resting your forehead against his again. That's all I need. For a while, neither of you spoke, just standing there, wrapped up in each other's arms. The world outside could be falling apart, but in this moment, in this space, you had each other, and that was enough. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.